Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the topic on AI governance from the course Generative AI and Agentic Systems. When you look at the introduction, the outcome of learning this governance and ethical design of the autonomous agents, we are able to find the alignment between the AI technology and with the governing policies. So here the five keys are: one is ethical considerations, which is important for integrating the fairness and biasness mitigation and accountability of AI design. Then the second key is about legal frameworks, where it is ensuring the compliance with law and regulations to protect the rights and privacy. In the third key, we are focusing on the societal alignment, where the AI agent systems are finding the meeting its values and expectations for the reliable trustworthiness. And then the fourth key of implementing strategies, which provides a practical guidelines for the better governance through the AI life tools. And the fifth key is about the challenges and solutions which are to be adopted by the government frameworks finally through addressing the keys and key challenges. So let's have the ice-breaking questions with a recap. Why should you not trust AI output? So if AI gets it wrong, would you trust the AI to make the critical decisions? So to answer these questions, you should have a knowledge on the foundation model and the autonomous system and what is exactly agentic AI. So in the situations of facts and current events, AI is making hallucination and its training data is completely outdated, and we have to verify that. Other side, ethical decisions are moral in compass, and it cannot weigh the human values or emotions, right? And finally, the critical value choices are here: medical, legal, and financial decisions. It requires a lot of human expertise, not just the AI support systems. And here the session objectives to define the AI alignment and to understand the governance and to explore the ethical designs. And finally, we will be evaluating the various types of risk. So in AI ethics, the questions are like, what should we do? And we have to focus on the principles and values, and the AI should be fair and transparent. That is an example. Here, the direction outcome is very direction, straightforward. And in AI governance approach, how do we make sure these things will happen? Okay, we have to touch with the policies, controls, and accountability. And finally, we need to design the test approvals and the monitoring and evidence, all this process. So it's a process of repetition. So repeatability, that's what AI governance. So let's take a problem of a person, director Priya. She's a AI product director and who found challenges in aligning her AI decisions with the human values and regulations. So to empathize on her problem, we need to define it first. What exactly she finds? She found the safe AI behavior is needed, and we she requires the transparency and fairness in terms of handling the AI decisions. And finally, the problem, it is understood the misaligned autonomous decisions by the human with respect to the AI system. So here the threat is when you see the diagram, half is human emotional distraction, and other half is like hallucinated of too much of uh, synthetic information. So how to understand and prevent this agentic misalignment? So the problem is how autonomous AI can be rug, and the solution is building the guardrails for AI. So the guardrails can be prepared with the proper robust auditing and monitoring system only. We make the human beings always in the loop. So here we have several world implications like financial fraud, data leaks, and other supply chain disruptions and blackmailing systems, right? Okay. And here the AI alignment is understood. And how do we define that AI alignment? When we take care of the safety, trust, and reliability, the alignment is being solved. So So here one person is asking, I want a system that helps people, but the AI is understood maximize human happiness with the binary form. So here the emotions and the uh, data are misaligned. So what are the types of alignment when it comes to goal misalignment, reward hacking, specification gaming, and value alignment? When you look at the flow, each process we have from, say, for example, from user to environment. there should be a trajectory. Then from environment to agent, there should be an observation and return of action. Then the reward system has to be function between the agent and the reward model. And all other fine systems are finding the feedback system. So here, this model is completely a reward model where the alignment challenge can be easily managed. And with the respect to governance framework of AI, you can see the three major layers, like strategic layer, which is taken care by the CEOs and board, and the operational layers are taken support systems with the processes and committees of people, and finally the tactical layer, which has the technical implementation. In all three processes, there should be a continuous improvements in the process of auditing and compliance and risk management and monitoring. And ethical design principles are here. We need to identify the five features like fairness, transparency, accountability, privacy, and safety. So when we achieve all these five principles, we are able to build an ethical AI with a developed architecture. So in ideation phase, you know that where we have the human in the loop, and we have a constitutional AI and human in the loop, how it is understood. Human feedback system has to be regulated, and the policy need to be optimized. Then the reward model has to be launched with the improved responses. So for that to pertain the informations, we need to create a prompt. Then with the supervised fine tuning, the reward model can be formed. So here prototype demonstration, we have autonomous hiring agent. We take an example. How the hiring process is happening, the intake of various roles and requirements, calibration. Then finally the inbound of applications, then sourcing and outreach. Finally the AI CV screening will happen. The interview process is scheduled by and handled, taken care by the co-pilot system. Finally, the shortlisted candidates will be announced with the feedback. So this whole agentic AI system of hiring agent, we shouldn't find any kind of detection of biasness, and we need a lot of human reviews in this process. So when we test this, another agent like loan approval process. See, loan approval process also, which requires a lot of human interventions because the fraud detection has to be done. Then the borrower verification has to happen parallelly. Then the regulations and compliances have to be verified. Then finally, with the underwriting of the credit decisions, the amount can be dispersed with the customers' communications and commitments. So these are the risks we can identify in every loan approval process where it could be regulated, verified with that agentic systems. And finally, the applications in governance and ethics are it is wide. It is used in every verticals of uh, AI systems right from beginning to handle all the AI risks and with all the ethical responsibilities. And finally, here the summary, we had come to know the various attributes of the e-governance and ethical systems. It is what it is being picturized right from safety, privacy, inclusiveness, and other abilities like explainability, interoperabilities. We achieve the fairness, robustness with the transparency and accountability.